There's a moment in life that many people don't talk about. A moment when you realize it was never just coincidence. They tried everything, spiritual attacks you could not explain, battles that did not make sense because you never started a war. But when none of that worked, when you did not break, when you did not fall apart the way they expected, that's when the story about you began. Suddenly, whispers replaced silence, rumors replaced truth, and people started looking at you differently. Not because they knew you, but because they were told something about you. When they failed to bring you down, they started telling everyone you are a witch. And just like that, the attack shifted from spiritual to social. They lied, the kind of lie designed to isolate you. They spoke to people you trusted. They planted seeds of doubt. They twisted your character into something unrecognizable. And before you knew it, people you laughed with, people who knew your heart, started pulling away, not because you changed, but because they believed what they heard. You lost friendships, opportunities. Some of you even lost your job. Your finances took a hit. Doors that once opened easily suddenly slammed shut. And the most painful part, you did not even get a chance to defend yourself, because everything happened behind your back. They wanted you alone, because isolation weakens most people. They created distance between you and your close circle. They made people feel uncomfortable being around you. They made your presence feel suspicious, and slowly your world got quieter. Calls stopped, invitations disappeared, support faded. You sat there wondering, what did I do? But the truth is, you did not do anything. You were targeted. And in your isolation, they celebrated. They believed your chapter was over. They even told others, this one has no one, no support, no defense. They thought you were an easy target, but they made one mistake. They forgot about God. While they whispered, God listened. While they plotted, God watched. While they lied, God recorded every word. Because God is not distant. God is not blind. He is the God of justice, the defender of the helpless, the father to the motherless. Psalm 68 verse 5 says, a father to the fatherless, a defender of widows, is God in his holy dwelling. You may have felt alone, but you were never abandoned. God saw the tears you did not show anyone. He heard the prayers you whispered in silence. He felt the weight you carried when no one stood beside you. And while your enemies celebrated too early, God was already preparing your victory. They threw everything at you. spiritual arrows, negative words, intentions meant to break you. But something strange kept happening. None of it worked. You bent, but you did not break. You struggled, but you did not collapse. You cried, but you did not lose your faith. Because every arrow sent your way was intercepted, blocked, redirected, neutralized. Not by your strength, but by God's protection. Isaiah chapter 54 verse 17 says, "No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you." They expected destruction, but what they saw instead was survival, and that confused them. There were battles happening you did not even know about, conversations behind closed doors, plans made in secret, people recruited to watch you, to report on you, to help bring you down. They built a whole strategy around your downfall. They were confident. They told their team, "This one is easy. Their story is over." But what they did not know was that God was already ahead of them. Every plan they made, God dismantled. Every trap they set, God exposed. Every scheme they trusted, God rendered powerless. Because when God fights for you, you don't need to know every detail. Victory doesn't depend on your awareness. It depends on God's power. Now something started to shift. The same people who joined forces against you started asking questions. Why isn't this working? Why can't we bring this person down? Why do they keep standing? Their confusion became your confirmation, because your survival wasn't normal, it was supernatural. And the one who started it all, the one who recruited others, started losing credibility. They could not explain your resilience. They could not justify their failure. They could not understand why you were still standing. So they did the only thing left. They escalated the lie. When they ran out of tactics, they attacked your identity. They told people, "This person isn't normal. There's something spiritual about them. They must be a witch," because they needed an explanation for a victory they could not understand. But hear this clearly: you were never a witch. You are chosen, anointed, and protected by God. What they called darkness was actually God's covering. What they called mystery was divine favor. What they feared was the God in you. Their greatest mistake was thinking you were alone, but heaven was backing you the entire time. Romans chapter 8 verse 31 says, "If God is for us, who can be against us?" Because when God stands with you, opposition doesn't win. It exposes itself. That lonely season, it wasn't punishment. It was protection. God removed people who would have been affected by the lies. He allowed distance to protect your destiny. He used isolation to strengthen your faith, because sometimes God separates you before He elevates you. And while you thought you were losing everything, God was preserving you. Now the tables have turned. The one who led the attack is hiding, ashamed, because the people they recruited are now questioning them. Their confidence has gone. Their narrative is falling apart, because truth doesn't need defending forever. Eventually, it reveals itself. And lies, they collapse under their own weight. You made it through something that was designed to destroy you, not by luck or coincidence, but by faith. Your trust in God carried you. Your purity protected you. Your obedience sustained you. And now you stand stronger, wiser, untouchable in ways they never expected. Because you are not just someone who survived an attack. You are someone God defended personally. Let them talk and whisper. Let them create stories they need to feel better about their failure. Because the truth is, you were never what they said. You are who God says you are. And the same God who brought you through this will continue to fight battles you don't even see. So walk forward without fear. Stand without apology. And remember this always. They did not fail because you were weak. They failed because God was with you. And when God is with you, the battle is already won. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.